though we walk the hardest night, my heart is always with you. No matter what's come, we'll be at home. Now we think the same, no worries on the ways. And I could tell you now we're always having each other, and we think the same. My world is always you. Every time I see your eyes, all my world is freezing. Your song is always full of love. And even though you're in the darkest place, promise I will hold you. I love you every step of the way. So I say, when your heart is crying, I'm sure you're never wrong. I know you're gonna right. They just don't know, they just don't see your way. Now we think the
Will
same.
everyone please rise for our beautiful, beautiful bride, Carolina.
And I could tell you now we're always having each other, and we think the same. My world is always you. Every night we'll spend together, every step we'll take together. This is where our stories begin. I'm lighting up, lighting up, lighting up your world. So many of my smiles begin with you. I'll be the same wherever we are. Gonna give you more, I'll tell you. I'm lighting up, lighting up, lighting up your world. I'm lighting up your world.
You may all be
Lighting
seated,
up your
please.
world.
This one, I am going to interrupt the ceremony. You don't know, or maybe you do, to have them crooked in their wedding pictures forever. When it took us 10 seconds, we're just going to check it. I didn't fall in love with you. I walked into love with you with my eyes wide open, choosing to take every step along the way. I do believe in fate and destiny, but I also believe that we're only fated to do the things that we would do anyway. And I choose you in 100 lifetimes, in 100 worlds, in any version of reality. I'd find you, and I'd choose you, and I'd choose you again and again and again. Welcome, everyone. My name is Sarah, and today I have the absolute honor of performing this ceremony on a perfectly not too hot, not cold, too cold afternoon. And we're here together not to mark the start of a relationship, but to acknowledge and celebrate a bond that clearly already exists. And on behalf of Carolina and Bryson, welcome and thank you for being here as we make everything official. Now, all of you, I've heard about you, good things. You represent the closest and most beloved relationships that Carolina and Bryson share. And your presence here today really is wonderful and so very important to them. Carolina and Bryson truly value the relationships with each of you. So thank you, really thank you for being here and being part of today. Otherwise, it's just a date between two attractive people. You're the thing that makes it the wedding. But really for enriching this moment, your presence, and for helping to create a strong field of love with which these two can be married. And when I asked who was coming, and what it means to have all of you gathered, especially after this last few years. Carolina and Bryson shared how special you are to them, and they couldn't actually imagine getting married without you. You've always been so kind, respectful, and supportive of the relationship right from the beginning. Bryson and Carolina want you to look back and also be able to reminisce how joyful and love-filled today was. You're the people that they've grown up with, and some that they've collected along the way. You're their friends, their families, their closest people, their constants. You're the people that who've loved them first. The people who've witnessed their mistakes and celebrated their accomplishments, and the people who helped shape them in almost every aspect of who they are today. It's such an honor to have you here with us, and Carolina and Bryson know they wouldn't be who they are today without the unconditional love and support that they feel showered by your love and your very attendance. And the truth is, and we always start to feel, it almost magically appears around now, ceremonies give us a chance to slow down, to connect with the magic and the magnitude of the moment, and give us an opportunity to digest this transformation that's occurring. And a small moment, something as simple as a ceremony, can be so momentous that it changes our lives forever. And love can do that. The most memorable times in our lives are those occasions where time seems to stop altogether, and we enter another time and space. And the most real moments in life alter us and change us forever. They have a timeless quality, a mythic sense that continues to live on inside of us, and no matter how many times years have passed, it feels always just like it was yesterday. Now, Bryson and Carolina also shared that they would never have made it to today without the incredible love, support, and guidance of their parents and families. You've provided them with the foundation to begin their married life together, taught them the importance of love, friendship, patience, compassion, forgiveness, and laughter, and exemplifying what family means, and really setting values for them to live by. So from all of us here and all of us up here, and from these two and from me, thank you very much. You've raised two very wonderful human beings. Thank you. Now, Carolina, Bryson, this union that you're about to enter is one of the closest and most tender into which two human beings can come. And of course, no ceremony, however perfect that it is, can create your marriage. Only the two of you can do that, but you really can't do that alone. Alongside your friends, your family, your community, and through generosity poured outward to your community, through forgiveness and laughter, and above all else, through listening and listening. I'm not looking at either of you. Listening and listening. People always think I'm talking about the other person when I say listening and listening. So, and when all else fails, a little more listening. But I must ask you, Carolina and Bryson, do each of you enter this union freely and without reservation? That was a very resounding. He really means it. Now, are you both prepared to accept both the rights and the responsibilities of married life? Do you know what those are? Okay. We'll give you the list after. It's mostly that you'll always clean the kitchen for the rest of your life. It'll never, never ever be clean. But will you promise yourselves that, of course, you'll make mistakes, but despite your best efforts, please continue to have odd, weird little habits that will drive each other crazy? And that, of course, you'll have humor, humility, and graciousness for your own shortcomings, the way you always have forgiveness for the other. And will you do your very best to remember that as challenges arise, because they will, that it's not your marriage that isn't working, it's just that marriage looks like that sometimes. Will you do that for me? So this is the point in the ceremony. If you've ever watched those old movies, I'd say, does anybody know why these two should not be, don't anybody jump up, but that's the part we're at. And of course the reason why tends to be overlooked. It meant the couple was known, both for their accomplishments and their shenanigans. Because it really is truth, that it's the thread of community that brings longevity and success to a marriage. It's all of you who's determined their success thus far. It's been your friendships and your family relationships that have made them into the independent, beautiful people that they are. So you've shaped them. And the best part is that Carolina and Bryson know this. They know that you're going to be how they continue to succeed, which is why they've invited you. You thought it was for cake, but it really is their insurance policy. So with this, I ask you, and it is participatory, so if you don't like have a resounding "we do," I will ask you again. Do you, the friends and family of these two beautiful humans, Carolina and Bryson, give them your blessing and support, wishing them a wonderful life together? All right. Now, all those married people who've been married for a while, please, this is for you. Will you bore them, really, of your stories of ordinary marriage? Not the romance. We could watch romance on TV. But really, of the serious and the ridiculous arguments, of the times you almost left or stormed out and then forgot your keys so you came back in and just stayed another 20 years. Will you please bore them to death with those stories? Apparently everybody's just blissfully married and has never had an issue. Okay. You'll get back to them later when it's quiet. Okay. And then lastly, will you listen keenly to the vows they make today and be there to remind them that the reasons we get married, they're never the reasons we stay married? And will you be with Carolina and Bryson through the many, many versions of their love story still to come? We'll give it a 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was better. I didn't set you up very well. I asked like 3 long questions. And just like that, we're at your vows. Married couples here, I'm still talking to you. I'm sure you can attest the truth that saying your vows is one thing, but there is nothing more tricky than living those suckers out every single day. Because it's not the words that you speak now that will unite you together as one, but your willingness to proceed within those promises and the actions that they call up inside of you. Vows are promises we make on behalf of people who don't even exist yet about circumstances we can't even imagine. Like trying to explain the last few years to 2019 you. It's just not possible. So let me remind you where you are in time as an arrival place, not only from the last 7+ years together, but your individual lives up until this point. As well as, of course, the beginning of the life that after today, well, this will be the origin story for everything that comes after. And the 2 people I described today are the ones that are standing here ready to make their vows and face a lifetime of adventures together. So I'm just going to step over here to read a little more. You can both take 1 step forward. Yeah, perfect. Not too close. You don't want to be ring close. You got to be vow close. Okay. So, and then I'll come back with your vows in just a moment. The other thing I ask is that you don't look at me, because then it'll ruin your photos. So just pretend that I'm a voice from the great beyond. Carolina and Bryson, you 2 have known each other from that first glance of acquaintance all the way to this point of commitment here today. And somewhere along the way, well, you 2 chose to get married, with Bryson proposing in Hawaii on a beach and sunset. I mean, that's pretty romantic. From that moment of yes, all the way to this moment of yes, indeed, you've been making promises and agreements in a far more informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car on one of your road trips, or one of Bryson's home-cooked meals, or snuggled up watching K-dramas, and all those sentences began with, hey, when we're married, and continued with, oh, I will, and then you will, and then we will, and all those late-night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe. It's all these promises and more that are the actual process of a wedding. The vows that you're about to make, well, they're a way of saying to each other, you know, all those things that we hoped and dreamed and promised. Well, I meant it all. Every single word. So if you can, please take a deep breath. I don't see a lot of breathing going on over there. And do your best to remember this moment in time, because before this moment, my goodness, you've been so many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, dancing partner, lover, even teacher, for you've learned so much from one another in these last years. And now, well, you get to say a few words, and that will take you across the threshold of life, and then things between you will never quite be the same. Because after this, well, you get to say the whole world, this is my husband, and this is my wife.
Carolina, I choose you to be my best friend. my faithful partner, and my one true love. I promise to encourage you and inspire you to love you truly through good times and bad. I will forever be there to laugh with you, to lift you up when you are down, and to love you unconditionally through all our adventures in life together.
Bryson, I choose you to be my best friend, my faithful partners, and my one true love. I promise you to encourage you and inspire you, and to love you truly through good times and bad. I will forever be there to laugh with you, to lift you up when you are down, and to love you unconditionally through all adventures in life together.
Just a little wellness break. I just wanted to add, Carolina and Bryson, they chose their vows, and we talked about you could write them for 3-page vows, and a lot of those are feelings. And so they chose them, and they thought, well, maybe they're too simple, And did you see their response? They wrote them. And as always, when they're this simple, it chokes the couple up because on their wedding day, they actually hear in their heart what they're promising and the vastness of this. And it's just so beautiful. You've done such a good job coming to today. So, now you've also chosen to wear rings as a reminder of the promise you made today. And these rings mark a new chapter in your lives together, one filled with wonder, surprise, laughter, tears, celebration, grief, and joy, and sometimes all at once. Okay? So may we have the rings now, please. Thank you so much. You gotta wait. Everybody's so excited. Their rings are coming early. See, this is what happens when you don't show up on the rehearsal on time, right? No, there was traffic. It's just it's a little burn. Okay, so now, place the ring on your bride's left finger, and then keep it there. Okay. Thank you.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love for you. Let it be a reminder that I'm always by your side, and I'll always be a faithful partner to you.
Good. Awesome. Now, Carolina, for you, place the ring on Bryson's left. Yeah, that left one. Don't worry, every weekend, it's not you. All right. Ready?
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love to you. Let it be a reminder that I'll always be by your side, and that I'll always be faithful partners to you.
Now you can keep holding hands. You can put your other hand there. Yeah, hold hands. That's good. Stay there, though. Okay. So, again, looking at each other. But actually, rather than looking at each other's eyes, I know it's so easy to stare at each other, but I would love it if you would take your gaze down to the hands. You could take another step towards each other and take a look at the hands that you've just placed the rings on. Because Carolina and Bryson, these hands are the hands of your very best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day as you promise to love each other today and tomorrow and forever. These hands here are the hands that will work alongside yours as you continue to build your future. These are the hands that will continue to passionately love you and cherish you through all the years. And with the slightest touch, I know, comfort you like no other. And these are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fill your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children and nieces, nephews, grandchildren. These are the hands that will help you to hold your families together as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for yours and still giving you that same unspoken tenderness with just a simple touch. So this is where we take a pause for all of the less than romantic documentation signing. So where our beautiful witnesses join us at the signing table.
Beats fast, colors and promises. How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? But watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. Time stands still, beauty and all she is. I will be brave. I will not let anything take away what's standing in front of me. Every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have
It's totally worth the extra fluff. So don't forget, people in the back, you have your flowers ready for their exit. And don't forget, you got to do a really good kiss for the photography. And then you don't forget that when they're about to leave, you give her the flowers. And everybody else is ready to cheer. I think we're all good? Okay. Carolyn and Bryson, may you live happily ever after. And may all of your days be blessed with love and friendship. May each day and night of your lives be a brand new beginning. And may your home be filled with laughter of friends and family, of visiting travelers, and of course, always the aroma of nourishing food from the quotidian to the celebratory. And may you find peacefulness and beauty, worthy challenge, satisfaction, humor and insight, love, and as the years pass, may you garner wisdom, have few troubles, and a quiet heart. And above all else, may you always feel that whatever you have is enough. And in the presence of this good company, you've expressed your love. I know everybody's excited. You've expressed your love to one another through the commitment and promises you've just made. So from today, your family and friends, your community, indeed the whole world will know you as partners through life, adventures, and soulmates. So it is my absolute profound honor and delight to declare you henceforth by the powers vested in me to be husband and wife, you may seal your love with a kiss. Now, will everyone please rise and join me in welcoming for the very, very first time our beautiful newlyweds, Carolina and Bryson.
Beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is so